crochet friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stefania and today I'll be sharing what I've made during the 100-day project, days 41 through 50. I can't believe we're already halfway through the project. It's been quite the journey so far and I've really enjoyed sharing with you what I've been making, both in these check-in videos here on YouTube and in my daily stories on Instagram. If you enjoy seeing what I've been making, make sure to like this video and subscribe so you can see the next time I put out a video. I'm aiming to release a new video every week, so stay tuned to see what I have in store next. Without further ado, here's what I've made during days 41 through 50 of the 100-day project. I'll jump back briefly to day 40 when I made my last check-in video. I hadn't crocheted anything yet that day, so in the evening I started a plant pot. On day 41, I ended up finishing this plant pot. I decided to blend different colors of yarn to create this beachy gradient. I've used this technique before when making some baskets, and I really love how it turned out here. I decided to use the spiral plant that I had made on days 38 and 39. I thought it was the perfect color to complement the beach gradient, and the spiral kind of reminds me of seaweed. On day 42, I was looking for a different type of plant to make, and I came across a clip of someone making a leaf garland. Unfortunately, they didn't link the creator, otherwise I would include that link below. I used the general idea they showed, but adapted it to make it my own. It was a Saturday, so my partner and I spent most of the day relaxing on the couch. While he played video games, I kept crocheting and crocheting until I had this super long garland. I think it'll be super cute decorating my stand at markets, and I may even adapt the idea to make some of my plant pots. Day 43 was more of a busy day, so I didn't have much time to crochet. But I did manage to start another plant pot, this time playing with a gradient between teal and coral. I only had a bit of teal yarn left, so the color gradient is a bit lower on the pot than I had anticipated. But I think the color combination still turned out really cute. Day 44 was my birthday! My partner took me to the Keukenhof, which was the perfect way to celebrate turning 32. Me being me, I brought along some crochet supplies and took a couple of minutes to sit next to the tulips and make some heart leaves. Although I ended up only making 2 leaves, I still really enjoyed taking the moment to craft in such a beautiful location. We spent the day walking around the gardens, taking tons of photos of the various flowers, and enjoying the sunny day. We even took a boat tour that takes you into the canals between the flower fields. I got the chance to wear my rainbow flower crop top that I made, and although I had to keep my jacket on due to the wind, I loved the way it made me feel to wear one of my own creations. I also carried the tulip purse I designed and even found the matching tulips. We ended up spending 5 or 6 hours at the park. It was exactly the day I had hoped for. On day 45, I finished up the plant pot that I had started on day 43. I wasn't too sure what kind of plant to add to this pot, as none of the plants I had made before seemed to be a good fit. It looks more like a vase to me, so I thought that adding some flowers would be super cute. So on day 46, I looked for some flower patterns. I came across this free pattern for daffodils by Verkadia. I'll link it below in the description if you want to check it out. I didn't follow the complete pattern, just the part for the flower, but it was the perfect shape that I was looking for. On day 47, I made a couple more daffodils and managed to add them to the plant pot. While the stems ended up being a little bit on the thin side, I really love how these flowers look with this pot. I also love all the different colorways daffodils can be, so I tried to represent some of them with this piece. I couldn't get the daffodils out of my head, so on day 48 I ended up making even more. Each one is a different colorway, and I keep going back and forth on which one is my favorite. I plan on attaching these to hair clips, or maybe even making a couple more plant pots. Day 49 was another relaxing Saturday, so to no one's surprise, I made another plant pot. This time, I used some sparkly yarn and the moss stitch to play around with some color changes. I already had this succulent made, but I think it fits the pot nicely. On day 50, I again had lots of time to crochet, but this time I decided not to make a plant pot and instead made these baskets. I used these at markets for a make-your-own flower coaster set station. Since I'm in market prep mode, I thought this was the perfect project to take on as a break from all the flowers and plant pots. And here we are at day 51. I'm so proud of myself for staying consistent with this project. Even though I typically crochet every day anyways, this project has encouraged me to be more intentional with what I'm creating and has forced me to be a lot more consistent posting on social media. Speaking of, if you want to follow my daily progress with this challenge, follow me on Instagram at @artbystefania. I'll also be making more progress videos to share here on YouTube, so if you liked what you saw, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss when the next one comes out. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these makes, or what you want to see next. Thanks so much for watching! Bye!